got a question for you. What is the most important, significant, and most known progression in all of music for the experienced and advanced musician? The answer is most likely the 2, 5, 1. I'll say it again. The 2, 5, 1. Well, now, you won't find the reason in music history or in music theory, but you will find it in the pages of Revelation, the origin of music.
Origin of music has eluded musicologists, professors, and scientists for centuries. They've succeeded to come up with theories, but not a comprehensive explanation. In May 2012, Robert Chambers was in Zimbabwe to perform at the Jazz Festival with jazz singer Prudence. He was also to conduct music workshops on playing the piano by ear. While preparing, he prayed a prayer that would forever change his life and the history of music. He prayed, "God, I want more of you in the method you gave me." For the next 4 months, he was downloaded with revelation that reveals undeniable evidence that God created music. The proof? Musical concepts like scales, chords fingering, progressions, and more can all be found in the Holy Bible. Coincidence? You be the judge. To get more info on Robert's paradigm-shattering book, Revelations, The Origin of Music, visit www.theoriginofmusic.com.
So why is the 2-5-1 the most important, significant, and most known progression for the experienced, advanced musician? What were you told? What were you told? Well, the answer is because of what it represents. You see, 2-5-1 is really the 2 plus 5 plus 1. And what does that equal? You can check your calculator, but my calculator says that it equals 8. 8 is the number of new beginning. How could I say that? Well, I could tell you that when the flood happened, the whole world was wiped out except for Noah, his 3 sons, and Noah's wife, 1, and his 3 sons' wives, 1, 2, 3. So therefore, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. New beginning. So God started over with 8. However, if I just said that, you'd be like, that religious stuff. Okay? However, what I will tell you is that 2 plus 5 plus 1 equals 8. So if we look at the musical scale, and the easiest scale for anybody to understand is the scale of C, and there's a reason for that, right? And these would be the notes for the C major scale. As you can see, if we start at C, C is the number 1, then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And as you can see, C over here is the white key to the left of the 2 black keys. And then when we go to the top, it is also the white key to the left of the 2 black keys at the top. So really, it's the same key. All right? And those of you that are more advanced, you can actually correct me if I'm wrong. All right? But that's also C. So therefore, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 is really the end, but it really is the beginning. It's the new beginning. So it starts all over again. It starts all over again. 8 is the number of new beginnings. In music, 8 is really a heightened, as we showed you, 1. Okay? 8 is just a heightened 1. 1 is the number for God because there's only one God. In music, we call this the perfect unison. Notice how the 2, 5, 1 are 3 numbers who are perfectly 1. You see, God is eternal. He is the beginning and the ending. That's why music is exactly that. Oh yeah. What's the symbol for infinity? An 8 laid down. I remember someone saying, and I'm paraphrasing, "No man takes my life, but I lay it down." Let's read John 10, verse 17 to 18. Jesus was speaking here. Let's read from verse 17. "Therefore doth my Father love me, because I laid down my life that I might take it again." Verse 18. "No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again. This commandment have I received of my Father. You see, all these things are hints. They were hints. They are hints. Now, hints to what, you may ask? Well, so we know the 251 represents God, right, according to me. Well, a 251 is a musical 6. And 6 is the number for man. Now, I can hear someone saying, Robert, how can you just come up with these numbers? What, a 251? How is it a musical 6? Well, this is what you can do. If you want to just test it for yourself, you could go to a piano, and as you can see, there's a major scale. The major scale is the foundation of all music, okay? So if you take the major scale, you will see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it starts again. Just like how you have 7 days in a week, and at 8th day, it just begins again. That's the universal principle. So the same thing applies to music, okay? Exactly how God created it. All right, so therefore, if you were to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and keep on going all the way to 251. Now you may say, well, there's not 251 keys on the piano. I said, okay, yeah, I know, maybe in heaven, but right now you don't. So just keep on counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and keep on counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And when you get to 251, I guarantee you'll land here for A, which happens to be the first letter in our alphabet. However, it's a number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it? All right, great. Now, 6 is the number for man. So, how can I say 6 is a number for man? Well, on the 6th day, you know what God created? Man. 6 is a number for man. So, as I said, a 251 is a musical 6. So, if 6 is the number for man, can God lay down his godness and become a man? Well, I believe so. Do you? Well, if God came as a man, which man could that have been? I have my beliefs, but forget about my beliefs. I want you to find an atheist music professor or a professional pianist who is also an atheist. Ask them these 3 questions. Number 1, which key is the most important and easiest to play in for a beginner? They will probably tell you C, and that's the gospel truth right there. C for clarity, C for creator, C for Christ. Number 2, then ask them in the key of C, what are the letters for the 251? They will tell you D, G, C. Don't believe me? Well, let's count it. There's C, all right, there's D, and there's G. So we have C here. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I know you want to say 8, but an 8 is really just a 1. So I keep it simple. It's a 1, so it's a 2, 5, 1. So if you ask them what's the interval between D and G, they would tell you a perfect 4th. Now, if you ask them for the interval between the G and the C, they would tell you another perfect 4th. Notice the intervals equal 8. 4 plus 4, which equals 8. 8 laid down is the symbol for infinity. And 8 in music is a heightened 1. And 1 is the number for God. Hence we call it the perfect unison. It's so perfectly united that you can't tell the difference. Now, if you don't understand the basics of music, my NEQ Music System course, which teaches you how to master the art of playing the piano by ear in 1 year, can really help you. Simply visit neqmusic.com. You can get a beginner and intermediate trial there. All right? But basically, there are 7 white keys, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5 black keys on the piano. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got that? So, what's 5 plus 7? Exactly. 5 plus 7 is 12. There are 12 keys in music. Now, how many tribes of Israel are there? Exactly, 12. Okay. Hold that thought and think about this. Why is 251 so important to music? Well, that leads to the next question. You should ask the atheist music professor or professional pianist who is an atheist, ask them, what chord does D, G, and C form? In my opinion, I believe it's representative of God, and specifically God as a man. But forget my beliefs. Ask the atheist music professor or professional pianist who is an atheist, what chord does D, G, and C form? After inverting it to its original position, which simply means playing it in its original position, right? So you can go down and get to here, or you're here and you invert it to here, you'll get it to its original position. So when you ask them what chord that is that it forms, they will most likely tell you that the name of this chord is called G sus. If they want to get more specific, they'll say it's a G sus 4. 12 keys in music, 12 tribes of Israel. The 4th tribe is called Judah. And who comes from that family tree? Exactly like the music says, Jesus Christ. God bless you.
Origin of music has eluded musicologists, professors, and scientists for centuries. They've succeeded to come up with theories, but not a comprehensive explanation. In May 2012, Robert Chambers was in Zimbabwe to perform at the Jazz Festival with jazz singer Prudence. He was also to conduct music workshops on playing the piano by ear. While preparing, he prayed a prayer that would forever change his life and the history of music. He prayed, "God, I want more of you in the method you gave me." For the next 4 months, he was downloaded with revelation that reveals undeniable evidence that God created music. The proof? Musical concepts like scales, chords fingering, progressions, and more can all be found in the Holy Bible. Coincidence? You be the judge. To get more info on Robert's paradigm-shattering book, Revelations, The Origin of Music, visit www.theoriginofmusic.com.